Okay, so one of the many reasons why communities oppose large housing developments is because residents are very much against buildings that feel massive. They automatically assume that a new building will just overpower their town. So for architects and developers, the goal is to design something that's still large and still has as many units as possible, but also makes the community feel like the project won't visually destroy the neighborhood. So there's a few things that architects can do that will objectively improve the mass and scale of a building so that cities and communities will be more likely to support their projects. So number one, articulation, or in other words, breaking up the mass. This is a technique that's used to break up large spans along the building's facade. Architects will typically provide some type of break along the elevation so that visually it doesn't seem so massive. This is very common and can be done horizontally as well as vertically. Number two, human scale, which means designing aspects of a building to the proportion of the human dimension. You see a building like this, which contains 30-foot high columns on the exterior and an entryway that's 25 feet high, and you can automatically see how disproportionate it is with a person. So instead of this, you can lower certain architectural accents, whether that's columns or windows or entryways, and then you're able to connect more successfully with a person that's walking by. And number three, materiality. So this is all about selecting the right materials and right colors for a project. If a building contains a large element that's dark or cladded in a heavy concrete material, then it's going to bring the entire building down in terms of weight. On the flip side, by making a portion of the building a lighter material like wood paneling, or by having warmer colors along the facade, it suddenly becomes less massive and the building feels lighter. So those are three techniques that architects can use to improve the mass and scale of their large housing developments. But if you're able to understand these techniques, then it'll put you in a good position to know why a project is objectively successful or not.